Tonight you've got V-I-K-O. UK, are you ready to pop this party tonight? I can't hear, let's have some noise out there, ready to pop the party! Turn it up!
Viking Groovers, welcome back to one of our interviews again. On a personal level, I am so delighted to have Biko Bangs from Jersey as our interviewee this evening. This gentleman is iconic. He's an integral part of the dance scene in Jersey in the 90s. He's been on for at least 30, 40 years. He's quite iconic for me. I'm delighted to have this interview. I'm going to share this interview with you now. We'll find out more about Biko. On a personal level, I'm delighted to be doing this. Biko Bangs, thank you so much for being here this evening. Welcome to the Viking Groovers site. We'd like to find out a little bit more about you this evening. How are you, sir?
I'm always good, Odin.
Biko Bangs, tell us a bit about yourself and your life here in Jersey, please.
Right, well, coming to Jersey. I got to Jersey in 1981. I came for a 2-week holiday. I came to see my cousin who said, you need to come over here because there's lots of beautiful girls. I came over, had a look, he was absolutely right. I decided to stay. My mother came over after 2 weeks trying to convince me to go back home because I had a very good job. I still wouldn't go. She then spoke with my boss who came back with my mother 2 weeks after that to convince me to go home. But when he had a look and saw what it was like, he said, you know what, you only live once, enjoy yourself. And I've been here ever since.
What a fantastic introduction of my first question. Biko, how did you get into the DJ business and where did it actually begin?
Right, yeah, I started, I can remember the day where I was. It's July the 12th, 1974. It was in the Ellesmere Port Youth Centre.
Fantastic.
And what happened was there was a regular DJ on there every Tuesday night. And the DJ never showed up. All the equipment was there. And the youth leader said the DJ hasn't turned up. Do you know anybody who's got any records? All my mates pointed to me, said he's got loads of records. Get him to do it. So he came over to me and said, do you fancy playing? I said, no. He said, I'll pay you. I said, what will you pay me? He said, I'll pay you £10. Now, £10 in 1974 was a hell of a lot of money for a 15-year-old.
Wages.
Especially as I was doing 6 days and 6 evenings and 6 mornings a week on a paper round, delivering the Echo. So I thought, yeah, a tenner, and I'm only playing for how long? He said 2 hours. I said, I'm not going to talk, I'm not using that mic, I'm not going to use that. He said, you don't have to, you just play your tunes and actually I'll pay you the tenner. So I said, okay. He said, right, well, I'll run you home. So I got home. My mum wondered why I was home early. I told her I'm taking me music to play in the youth centre. She said, nothing will ever come of it. I got my tunes, took them up there. The first tune I played was Queen, 7 Seas of Rye.
Fantastic.
The second tune I played was the Isley Brothers, Fight the Power. I don't remember much after that, but I remember getting a tenner and thinking I was rich. And then after that, I got asked to do it again the following week. So I did it, and all my mates and everyone who was at the disco was asking if I would do it again because I played everybody's favourite tunes, apparently. And then it just went on from there. It just village halls and youth centres and clubs. I fell into clubs by accident, but ultimately I was a dancer. And I wanted to hear the stuff I wanted to dance to. And that's how I ended up playing out in Jersey proper. Because I just couldn't hear the stuff I wanted to dance to, so I ended up playing it myself. And I used to jump down from the decks, I put on the tune, jump on the floor with everyone else, try and get up there before it finished.
I love that.
And then that's how I learned to mix, because I was trying to find a way of keeping the tunes going. And the place I really grasped mixing was a club called the Blue Fox, which was not too far away from here. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And it was with a DJ called Rob Huntley, Cockney boy, and a local Portuguese, I'd say local Portuguese, a Portuguese lad called Luis Vieira. And at the time, all we were playing was jazz, funk and soul, because house hadn't made it yet, and we're talking like 1982, 83. And then we had what was Technics then, but they had little dials on there where you could adjust the speed to make sure that it was running at 33 and 45. And we sussed out that you could adjust the speed and get tunes going between them. Nothing like what the Technics are now, but at the time it was a hell of a move. So we worked out we could super glue some bits of rod on the screws to adjust the speed, and that's what we did. And we were twiddling these little sticks to get the speed right, Rob and I, and then it'd be eventually we worked out how to do it, and the first tune I mixed proper was Booker Newbury the Third, Love Town. So anyone who's of a certain age will know that tune. And I had 2 copies of it, and it was going, everybody, love your body, you love town, and that was it. And so that was my introduction to mixing. And I thought it could go a little bit further than that. And then I think it was 83, 84, they brought out Technics 1200s. And I got my first ones, which cost me 175 quid per deck. I think it was the first guy to get them over here.
That would be big money then.
It was big money. Big money. I had to
rob a bank,
go around a lot of corners to get a pair. But I got a pair, and then Rob and I and Lewis, we worked out how to do the mixes and stuff, and so that was mixing for us. We had nobody show us, and then of course the mixing thing started to take off. Then it got to the point where there was a guy called Chad Jackson, who ended up becoming the world mixing champion, and he was from Wigan or somewhere near Wigan. Anyways, I'd got him to come and play over in Jersey, but before I'd got him to play, I was working at a club called Thackeray's, which was due a refurb. It was getting all done out, and they were offering to get the latest equipment, and then they asked me if I would be the resident, and they said you can get whatever equipment you wanted. So I went, really?
Nice.
So right, well, I want these latest Technics, and I want drum machines. I want a cool drum 808, and they got all of this stuff for us. No questions asked. They just got this stuff and put it all in. So I'm looking at all this equipment, wondering what to do with it, and all of a sudden worked out that you could get beats and keep a beat going. So it was great to be able to. It was like having an extra decks. So we'd be make up a beat, program it, have it running, and then of course I used to do a bit of rapping as well to go with it, and DJing was seen more as entertainment because you were an entertainer, so you had to, there's a lot of different people that you had to try and keep interested in what you were doing. So you'd be playing, well, I wouldn't play, but you'd be playing David Bowie or Duran Duran, or I'd try and find the funky versions of this stuff, because I wanted the dance versions as opposed to the regular pop versions. So
quite innovative, really.
Yeah. Well, we never realised it, but at the time we were making up the stuff as we went along.
It's pioneering.
With my cousin Bernie. I know there's a couple of people who remember him as someone. He used to do the rapping, I used to do the scratching, and then I do a bit of rapping myself, and then we do the mixing. And I think the tune that got us noticed was Colonel Abrams' Trapped. And it took off. I think it was #1 for about 6 weeks or something.
Wonderful tune.
And it was the start of all the dancey stuff.
Really was.
Well, it was for Jersey anyway.
It was for Belfast too.
But I mean, I'm proud to be able to say that I've my DJing or my musical DNA is in a lot of stuff in Jersey. Ultimately, I've been very privileged to be around particular people and be at the seminal beginning of a lot of stuff. In on the park, for example, there's certain people who take the mantle for doing that, but I can hold my hands up and go, yeah, in on the park, yeah, I started that. I started on a Friday night, not a Saturday night, and it was called Friday Night Live. And the two managers who were running that place, Des Cara and Terry Pipe, they used to give me a bit of a hard time with the music that I used to play, because I'd play anything and everything, because anything and everything went in Jersey. So I'd play something like U2, Sunday Bloody Sunday, and then I'd play NWA, Fight the Power, and then I'd play Earth, Wind and Fire, or Ohio Players, and all of these are all one after another.
It's really eclectic, isn't it?
Yeah,
really
just. But what used to get the manager upset was if I put Sunday Bloody Sunday on, people start marching around and jumping off the tables and launching beer and stuff. And then if I put Fight the Power, they'd be like, fuck you! And launching stuff again. So one particular Friday, Terry's come to me and he said, listen, right, Alan, because that's my other name. Right, Alan, what I don't want to hear tonight is all that U2 and the Sunday Bloody Sunday stuff that makes them go all stupid, and that hippity hoppity stuff as well. I don't want to hear that hippity hoppity. What, I don't know what you mean, Tal. What do you mean, hippity? You know, the hippity hoppity stuff. You know, the stuff where they're all talking. They're talking all the time. Oh, you mean hip hop? Yeah, hip hop. Yeah. Don't put it on. I don't want to hear it. They go stupid. The doorman don't like it. I don't like it. Don't be playing it. All right. So first thing I put on, Sunday Bloody Sunday, and the next one again, NWA, Fight the Power. He comes over, says, right, get that off. So I got on the mic, I said, ladies and gents, I've been told I'm not allowed to play this music, so I'm stopping it. I just stopped it right there and then. Next thing you know, there's all beers and all kinds of stuff flying at the stage. I'm pointing at him, it's like something from Roadhouse, you know, all this shit is hitting the stage. And I'm pointing at this guy here and I'm trying to grab my music, and people are trying to get on the stage to get it to change. And Terry and Des went and hid in the back, and punters went and stopped me from leaving, said put your music back on, and that basically was the start of it on the park.
That is just fantastic. Biko, with the exception of your family, what has been your biggest achievement in life? That's personally or professionally or both?
My kids.
Fantastic. How many kids have you got, Biko?
3.
What ages?
25, 23 and 8, going on 18.
I'm sure the kids empty your pockets on a regular basis.
Yeah, let's not go there, eh?
What is your strongest personal quality and the other skills that we do not know about?
I don't know, you're asking something now, mate. It's not for me to say. The strongest personal
quality. And other skills we don't
I get on with everyone.
That's cool.
At least I try to. I like having a laugh. It's all about a good time. You only live once anyway, eh?
Absolutely. If you could witness any event in history, what would it be and why?
It would have to be Martin Luther King's speech.
Cool.
Because I can remember as a kid with my brother getting our haircuts in Liverpool. And we're sat in the barbers, and all of a sudden something come across the radio that my brother and I didn't understand, but every guy that was sat in that barbers was crying, including my dad. And we're asking, why are you crying, Dad? Why are you crying? And he's saying, the king is dead, the king is dead, they shot the king. But it then turns out that it's Martin Luther King that was shot. That's how I remember it. My brother might remember it different, but that's how I remember it. yeah, I would have liked to have been stood there and listened to the speech. I mean, I hear it, it's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful
Fantastic
stuff.
recollection, very eloquently explained. If you could meet any celebrity in history, famous or infamous, who would that be? Regardless of what language they speak, you'll understand them. Who would that be, famous or infamous?
I think it would have to be Malcolm X is one, and John F. Kennedy would be the other. Because again, these are guys that that as a kid I didn't understand what was going on, but as an adult, I understand completely where they were coming from, and they were just too far ahead of the time. So I'd like to be able to be in a room where I could ask questions.
That's your 6 formal questions during the interview. Biko, we're going to change the tempo. We're going to go for fast stuff. Quick replies, but if you take a pause, that's fine as well. Take as long as you want, but these are quick ones. So, are you ready, sir?
Can I phone a friend?
Okay, eyes down for a full house, sir. What was your first thought this morning?
I've got to go. I've got to get up and get out of bed. It's too cold. It's too cold. I've got to go to work. It's too cold.
What cheers you up?
Music.
Kiss on the first date or not?
Yeah.
Go all the way on the first date or not?
Depends on the kiss.
Up or down?
Always got to get up.
Strawberry or chocolate?
Chocolate.
What is the first thing you spend your money on?
Music. Oh, my kids. No, my kids spend my money.
John Wayne or Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood.
Kiss or cuddle?
Both.
Is honesty the best policy?
Not always.
Push or hold?
I'm a bit pushy, but I like holding on.
What famous person do you most resemble?
I don't know. I have no idea on that one.
Denzel Washington.
I'll pass on that. I'll come back to that one.
Ugly and live forever or attractive and live for 5 years?
I'll come back to that one.
Would you be willing to lie in court for a close friend if it meant saving your friend from 5 years in jail?
Are they very close?
Yes, the justice. We always find the answer to this interesting because we find the pause gives us answer quite often.
Same answer.
Yeah, because they're really deliberate, but we like that. Do you trust anyone with your life?
Yeah, I do.
What single thing cheers you up?
My kids.
Who is your hero?
My mum.
Is your glass half full or half empty?
Always are full.
Doctor Who or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
The beach or the mountains?
Beach.
What animal would you be and why?
Lion. Because I'm a Leo. And they're the best.
If a movie was made of your life, who would play you?
Denzel Washington.
Good call. Favourite superhero?
Well, now it's the Black Panther.
Tell us one of your quirks. Let's get something odd. Have you any quirks?
Yeah, a quote that I like using. Action, reaction, cause, effect.
Okay. Yeah, well, we like that. What are you afraid of?
Failing.
A yacht or a Ferrari car?
Car.
Talk to the president or talk to the queen?
It's not Trump, is it?
It is.
I don't want to talk to you. I'll talk to Liz every time.
If you were a sitcom comedy through time, which one would you like to be?
Everybody Loves Raymond. It's my favourite.
Last question on the quick fire. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
6.5.
That's very humble. Very humble. That's your quick fire questions. We're introducing something new now. I'm bringing wee Mac McKinney into the equation here. We're going to put some tunes in the background. We're going to ask our interviewees if they've got a dance move, a dance stance, or something that's notable to attract the opposite sex, or the same sex, whatever you like. So we're going to ask wee Mac McKinney
No, I'm not doing that.
to give us some tunes,
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
give us some sounds. Have you something you can give us, sir?
Well, I'll find something. I don't know whether I want to give it up, but I'll
Wee
find
Mac
something.
McKinney, hit those tunes. Show us what you've got, sir.
Oh,
The Viking Groovers.
I like this.
Is this the tune you like?
Yeah, this is
What tune is it?
Kenny Dope piano groove. Yeah. Just a move.
Wee Mac McKinney, use the camera. Alright. That is absolutely fantastic. Viking Groovers, thanks for tuning in once again. That was quite frankly a magnificent interview. Biko Banks has just set the bar really high. Thank you so much. Wonderful man. Love this guy.
Yay!
Thank you so much. Bye bye. See ya.